What's up, everybody? It's your boy Season. So we are finally back to the reviews. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Metal Build Hyper Mega launcher for the Zeta Gundam. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go. So let's take a look and see what we've got inside here. So of course, first we've got the manual here. It's pretty thin. It looks like it's only probably a couple of pages or so. And then we have the Hyper Mega launcher here. You've got a bunch of attachments. This is pretty much for the Wave Rider mode. So these two here specifically, and then this is to hold up the Hyper Mega launcher. And then you've got the little stand for that. And this as well for the base. So you don't get a ton in here, but that's what we've got. So let's take a look at the Hyper Mega launcher next. So let's take a look at this Hyper Mega launcher. Now first, what I want to show is that it does have pretty good decal work there. So I do think that that looks good. Now you do have the shooting mode here, but you've got a lot of moving parts here. So first, you can lift this up there. This is actually for the battery pack there. So that battery pack will just slide in. So you just take that, slide that in there, and then you close that. And then you've got this part here, that's for the trigger there. This is the part here. This is for when he's in Wave Rider mode, so you can do that there as well. Now, in order to extend this, this will come up as well, so you can have that up there as well there. And then for this side, you're gonna take this, slide that once, slide that twice, bam. So you've got two there, and then you've got this part, this will come up just like that. So you've got that there. You also have these two handles on the sides here and here. So if you want to have him hold it with both hands, if I get my nail in there, there we go. You can do that on both sides, so you do have that there. And then you do have one more here as well. And then you can slide this out, and this is a handle as well, so you can have him kind of holding it like that there as well. So not too shabby for the Hyper Mega launcher. I do think that it does look good, but I just don't know if it's worth $60, and I don't know if it was worth not putting this in with the Zeta. Let's get the Zeta out, and then we will take a look at the Hyper Mega launcher with the Zeta. So now that we have the Zeta out, let's go ahead and bring out the Hyper Mega launcher, and then we're gonna see if he can actually hold it under its own power, because you may not even need to stand if the joints are strong enough. So of course we'll go ahead and transform this bad boy. So we'll take that, open that up, take this, slide that out, open this up here. And then for this, you will need different hands. So we can do that real quick. That's not gonna take long though. So we'll take this, unhook this. All right, and then we're gonna take the trigger finger hands here. We're gonna slide those in there like this. All right, there we go. So now we got it like that. So we got that up. We can go and close this back in. All right, so take that, slide that back out there. Connect those, and then we'll take this one off. All right, and then we'll put this back on. Just like this. All right, and then boom. So let's see. So I would say overall, it looks good. Now I would say that once it's kind of in its firing mode, you probably are gonna want the stand, just because you see how his hand is starting to droop there. So he may not be strong enough to hold it under its own power like in this mode. But I think if I actually close this back up, let's see, close that back up. And then let's flare out his elbow there just a tad. So he can hold it, it's just that it definitely wants to lean forward. So it looks like in that mode you can hold it, he can hold it, but once you extend this part here, that it does want to droop down, so you probably will need to stand for that. But I just wanted to see what that looked like without it. And let's see if we can have it up like that. So it's not too bad. And then if you want him to be able to hold both, we would just flare this open here like that. And then you would just take it. I already got the hand that he needs on. It's just the other trigger finger hand there. And then you would slide this in there, kind of like this. Of course, I'm doing this real time with all this stuff in my face, but let's go ahead and slide that in there if we can. There we go, kind of like that. So it's not a real tight fit on this other hand because it's sideways, but I would say overall, matter of fact, let's take his shield off here real quick so I can see better. And then we'll take this and then let's go ahead and point that up that way. And then you would kind of have him face that way. So he can hold it, as you can see. It would probably just be better if he had the stand so you can kind of have it up at an angle a little bit higher because it doesn't really want to go in his hand all that well. But I mean, he will hold it. So that's what you have there. So not too bad, I would say. Like I said before though, is it worth having it spending $60 just for this gun? I'm not really thinking so. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put him in Wave Rider mode and then we're gonna see what he looks like with the Hyper Mega Launcher on that. So now that we have the Zeta in Wave Rider form, let's get out the Hyper Mega Launcher here and we're just gonna get this guy ready. It's pretty simple here. You just got this notch here that you're gonna spin up here, this one here. So those go up like that and then it's gonna connect on there and then you're gonna take this, pull this, and have that. Then we're gonna turn this around. We're gonna make sure that his landing gear here, here, and here are all pushed in. Okay, just like that. And then what you're gonna do is that this piece is gonna slide in here and then this piece is gonna go here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this, slide that in like that, and then push this in. Matter of fact, let's make sure that that piece is up. It's gonna need a clearance, slide, and place. Boom, just like that. So that's what you have for the Hyper Mega Launcher with the Zeta on there as well. You do get some pieces here if you wanna have them displayed this way. So what you would do is just take out this stand and then this is just pretty much gonna rest on here. So what you're gonna do is it's just gonna take it and you're gonna put it back here and you see how that kind of slides into place right there. And then he'll just kind of sit there. So that's what you have for the Zeta Gundam with the Hyper Mega Launcher. You do get this other piece as well. And this is just for the stand there. So you would just put that on the stand as well. So that's what you have for the Hyper Mega Launcher. Looks pretty good, I must admit, even though he should have came with the Zeta. But we will discuss that here in a minute. So let's get to final thoughts. So last thoughts on this guy, the Hyper Mega Launcher option set. Now this is the completed form of the Zeta Gundam. There is nothing that you could say to me that would tell me that they should have had this separated. There's no way. This should have been with the original Zeta. That is my initial response. Is it worth $60? I would say no. In Japan, I think they did charge $60 on P Bandai. I'd have to go back and look at the prices. And I think in America it was like 90 or 100. I don't know if it's really worth that. I mean, yes, it's a gun. Yes, it's nice. But is it really worth $60+? I would say probably not. I would say this is probably closer to like 45 or 30. You could justify that, but anywhere over 75, to me, this is way too high. And even though I like it, it's definitely, you're not really getting a lot in it. I mean, yeah, you'll have the little adapter pieces for the base and stands and stuff like that, and that's great, but I wouldn't say that this is really worth that much money. So to me, this is a cash grab by Bandai. Now, if you're a completionist like myself, then unfortunately you don't really have a choice in the matter. You're gonna have to get it. Now, I have seen people get 2 of the Hyper Mega Launchers. I don't really think that that's necessary unless you are like a Zeta super fan and you have one that is in his robot form and in his Wave Rider form and you want it for both of those. That's the only way I could think about that you could justify getting 2. Because to be honest, I'm not even sure if it's worth 1, more or less 2. But I think overall, now of course you guys know for like option set reviews, I don't really give another score for those, as this really is the completed form of the Zeta. This is the one that we should have got versus them separating them. And so there's not really, I don't really feel anything differently about the Zeta now that I have the Hyper Mega Launcher. So it's okay. I think that it definitely looks good. I think I do like the gimmick as far as the firing mode that it's in right now and all of that. But I would say if you're looking for a value here, I would say that this is definitely overpriced. Unless you can get this guy, I would say under $50. then I would say go ahead and jump on it, unless you're a purist. Then of course, if you're a purist, then you have to get it. But that's what I've got for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. Now, of course, this is the first review that I've done since I've been back from Japan. And so we will definitely be getting into the reviews going forward. This week is a holiday week in America as we are celebrating Thanksgiving. So most people are flying back to be with their families and have dinner and stuff like that. And so I will be doing the same, but we will get right back at it as soon as Thanksgiving is over. So thank you guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.